Yes, guys, and a welcome from me, Championship Manager 0102. It's part 4 of Garry Johnston's Dusseldorf save. Now, he sent this to me yesterday, so I thought I've got a good opportunity to quickly do a video. It's only going to be a quick one. Now, I haven't even fired this up yet, so I genuinely don't know what to expect. But he did say it was mid-season. He did say it was mid-season. So, yeah, so we'll see, I guess. So remember, he finished runners-up to Dortmund, didn't he? Okay. So I can only assume he said. I'm sure I read that, unless I just fucking mid-season. Okay, so yeah, December. Okay, good time to do it, because that means we're bang halfway through the season. Oh, looking good. Looky. Do you know what? Right, I think this is all going to depend. This was always going to depend on signings. So first things first. Let's just. Now you see, we spoke about this, didn't we, Garry? I like that. I'm a big fan of the three at the back and the sort of over polluting that midfield. I think that's crucial. So I do like that. I genuinely do. Okay. Let's have a look at the signings then. Now, some of these I think we might have already seen, so at least we'll have a rough idea of how they're doing. Pekovic, very versatile. I'm not sure what my views are on someone so versatile. I mean, don't get me wrong, players like Stephen Reed, Lucas Neal, they're great because they're versatile, but they don't. It's hard to get exactly where their best position is, you know. And I think they're just ideal substitutes, personally. Bakiv, a free transfer. Okay. Tidy player. That's a tidy free transfer player. I like him. Oh, right. Remember this guy. 8 assists. 8 assists. I like him. As I say, I play my middle. I like him. I think he's a good winger. Solid player there, Garry. Midfield's Japanese. I think you'd have hoped for a better response from him, to be honest with you. Considering he looks better than what he's performed. I think you'll be a bit pissed off with this guy, Garry. I think you paid big money for him, £2.7 million, 708. Again, versatile. You know, where's his best position? I think probably central defence. But you never know. No, I like him, and I think he's done extremely well. And I think you've got him on a fucking bargain. I think 1.6 is bar. Now, this is a lot of money here. £4.2 million paid for Castroman. 709 hasn't really repaid you, has he? Lot of money, and I'd imagine, you know, it's a lot of money. I would imagine you haven't got massive amounts of money. We'll get to that in a moment. David Cousin, £3 million. Have you only just recently bought David Cousin? No, you've had him. I'm guessing you're looking to groom him, because he looks fucking good. I mean, I think he looks really good, and I think you got him listed for loan, so it makes sense. I see you gave him a game, didn't you? You gave him a game. Excuse me. I love it. I didn't even realise it. Arcadius back. Now, he's always one of my go-to players on most days, and Garry, you know that. And I didn't even think that you'd look at him sort of a few years in, because he is fucking great. He is absolutely great. £1 million is an absolute steal. And I think you'll get a good couple of years out of him. Absolutely great. I'm really pleased you got him, Garry. Fucking brilliant. Claudio Pizarro. Wow, £12 million. Now, there's so many prolific strikers in CMODB. Pizarro is one of them. He's one that I don't often buy because there's always different options. Not necessarily better, but equally as good. Pizarro is a great player. Look at that. And that is why. 10 goals in 9 games. 8-2-2. What a fucking player. And I see, Garry, you've only recently got him as well. 4 for the 11th. Absolute steal. I'm guessing he was unhappy at Bayern Munich. Johan Willand, Elfsborg. You've only recently got him. I like him. I think he'd be a good backup goalkeeper. Do you know that Pizarro? I don't know what I'm more happy about, the Pizarro one, or it's got to be the back. The back is brilliant. There is one thing I do want to look at, Garry. I wondered if you had any players still on a release clause Your Greek forward. Oh, see, he's done well as well. He's done well for you. You got him on a Bosman last season. He's on a 5 million release clause, so that's not too bad. Wouldn't be so bad, but he's actually done really well for you, hasn't he? Let's have a look at your money then, Gary. Okay, now that's not a good sign, is it? Okay. Let's take a look at your exact finances. Ooh. Okay. I think you've got that in hand. Let's have a look if you've got any players leaving. No, you've got a couple of Bosmans coming. Peter Sand. Okay. I quite like him. I see your intention here. Oh, he's coming at the end of next season. At the end of the season, though, isn't he? So he's going to be 33. Not sure if I mean, he's going to be 33 when he can first play, isn't he? Let's be honest. I don't know. I'm not sure about him. Philippe Alfonso from Spurs. Yeah, I would definitely be getting him. I mean, injury prone 11, I'd question a little bit, but I think he's great. And I think, you know, being a fan of wingers, I think he's very, very important. Okay. So, let's have a look where he's at with the cup then so far. Oh, he's just advanced to the semi-finals. Nicely done. And as we can see, the Champions League then, he's at the second phase. Nicely done there, Gary. Fenerbahce, Blackburn, Milan. I think he'll be quite pleased with that group, to be honest with you. Let's see how he flared up in Group A. Phase 1, sorry. Let's see who we had. It's just easy to do this quickly. Okay, he'll be pleased with that. You're very pleased to have picked up a group like that. And I think you deserve a bit of luck, I feel, in the Champions League. You know, it can quite go against you. You can get a group of death. So I think to get Fenerbahce, Blackburn and Milan, and also for Milan to have only picked up 1 point in 4 is massive. And that 1 point was against Dusseldorf. That's a good point at AC Milan. So I fancy you to go through to the quarterfinals there. I would expect, though, you're going to get a difficult-looking quarterfinal clash wherever you finish, in all fairness. So this is absolutely... I see now, Gary, why you probably sent me a mid-season update, because I think it's worth it. It really is. Juninho still going right. Let me just check really, really quickly. Who's your assist king? Okay, so I mean, we are only halfway through the season, and I'm guessing actually, Gary, you are at the of course, yeah. You've just had the quarterfinals of the League Cups of the Cup, so it's a big season break now. So that explains it. So great call here, Gary. This is the halfway stage, isn't it? Dortmund are nowhere to be seen. Let's just see, did they spend big? 13.5. Bayern Munich, did they spend big? £20 million. Very, very interesting. Gary, this is absolutely phenomenal. And I think it's really important that you keep us up to date with this. There's no doubt about that. Last thing I want to look at. Now, this is what I wanted to look at very quickly. So he's very good. Now, I think if he wins a title this season, that should go to world class. And I think a good run in Europe... Okay, his European exploits will certainly help him here. Gary, what was your objective in the Champions League? I think, you know, to be fair, there's as I said, there's a huge element of luck to get those groups. And whilst I'm looking at the groups now, I think quarterfinals and then go from there. I mean, let me just really, really quickly look. Now, Milan, let me just have a look at who the current holders are. See, Milan have finished runners-up here in the Serie A for the last 3 seasons. So for you to get a draw at AC Milan, for them to lose, it could make an entertaining second phase, you know, because Milan, I think, will end up coming strong, which won't necessarily be a great thing. You almost want them to run away with it, but I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll see how we go. Gary, keep us updated with that. Definitely. Let's have a look at his shortlist. Santa Cruz. You see, going back to what I said about when Gary brought Pizarro, there's a lot of strikers, you know, that are prolific. I mean, that's made me look a liar there, 6.92, but Santa Cruz can bang them in. Rossini can as well. Clarence Seedorf. Be an interesting one. Let me check now, see if there's anyone who's looking at... Right, okay. So there's a lot of players available on Bosman's, it would appear, on his shortlist. So you'll be keeping Braga. We looked at him before, didn't we? So Gary's not stupid, despite what a lot of people think. He'll keep his eye for some good deals. The only deal I'm a little bit questionable about is Peter Sand. I'm not sure that's going to be a bit of interest, to be honest with you. I don't think he's going to play any part. And the last thing I want to look at, I meant to look at this a minute ago, his total wage bill then is 300 grand per week. Now let's put that on par with the current champions, Dortmund. 600 grand the champions are on. Bayern Munich, 725 grand. So the reason I wanted to go to that, I wanted to put an emphasis that Garry isn't one of these that just fucking offer them what they want. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's important because sometimes I'm a bit of a checkbook manager at times, depending on who I am. And that's it from me, guys. That's it from Garry. Until we get the next update, Garry, this is brilliant. Keep it coming. Till next time from me, guys, take it easy.